always say if you want to save money, drive your car until the wheels fall off.
I've heard you say that.
That's right.
Did you know 87% of catastrophic engine failures are completely preventable? This truck right here, I've pushed it past 720,000 miles, and I didn't do it with magic or a massive bank account. I did it with just 13 simple habits. Engines don't just die, bad habits kill them. And you can start fixing yours today, even if it already has issues. Let's dive in. Habit number 13, the 5,000-mile rule. Dealers and oil companies love to say 15,000 miles on synthetic is totally fine. That's marketing fluff. Here's the rule I swear by. On a brand new engine, do your first oil change at 1,000 miles. That flushes out metal shavings from the factory break-in. After that, change it every 3,000 to 5,000 miles or every 6 months, whichever comes first. Never go longer. Ignore this and you're grinding metal on metal before you even hear a noise. I've seen sludge so thick it looked like black tar. If you do your own changes, inspect that filter, cut it open, check the pleats for metal. A metallic shimmer in the drain pan means internal wear has already begun. Forget lab tests and synthetic promises. This is real-world car care. Stick to 5,000 miles max. It's the easiest way to avoid a $12,000 repair bill. Habit number 12. The one oil rule. Changing your oil is half the battle. Using the right oil is what keeps your engine alive. Too many people just grab whatever's cheap. Big mistake. When you see 5W30, that's not random. The 5W is how it flows in winter. Lower number, thinner oil for cold starts. The 30 is how thick it stays at operating temp. If your car calls for 5W30 and you dump in 10W40, you've just stressed your oil pump and messed with flow rates. Conventional oil is cheaper, but breaks down faster. Synthetic lasts longer, resists heat, and flows better. It's perfect for modern engines, turbos, or anyone who wants to hit 500,000 miles. Check your manual. Don't trust the kid at the quick lube. The wrong oil doesn't just hurt performance, it kills engines. Habit number 11, the leak trap. Let me say this loud. There's no such thing as a small oil leak. That tiny drip you keep ignoring, it's a ticking time bomb. I've seen a $3 gasket leak turn into a $4,000 engine rebuild. Oil leaks don't just make a mess. They wreck oxygen sensors, kill rubber belts, and once oil hits a hot exhaust manifold, you're risking a fire. Modern engines burn oil, so that leak is dropping your level. By the time the light comes on, it's too late. Crawl under there. See crusty buildup? Smell burning oil? Fix it early. Habit number 10, the warm-up window. If you jump in, fire it up, and floor it, you're killing your engine. 90% of engine wear happens on cold starts. Cold oil is thick like molasses. It takes time to circulate. Until it does, your pistons, camshafts, and bearings are grinding metal on metal. Turbocharged engines are even worse. Here's the habit. Let your engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds before driving. Then, for the first 5 to 10 minutes, keep the RPMs low. No racing, no towing. Let everything come up to temp. It's not old school, it's smart. Habit number 9, the idling myth. I just told you to warm up, but that doesn't mean idling for 20 minutes. Too much idling is just as bad. When you idle too long, the engine doesn't get hot enough to burn fuel cleanly. You get nasty carbon buildup, especially on direct injection engines. It'll cost you $1,200 to clean that later. Plus, oil pressure stays low, so the top end isn't getting proper lubrication. You don't need to idle for 20 minutes. 30 to 60 seconds, then drive gently. That's the sweet spot. Before we continue, a quick friendly reminder. If you like this advice, smash that like button and subscribe. Habit number 8, the PCV valve bomb. Most drivers don't even know what this is. It's a $10 part that can cause $2,000 in damage. When this PCV valve clogs, pressure builds up in your crankcase. That pressure pushes oil past seals, ruins gaskets, and can crack your valve cover. I've seen engines where sludge built up like chocolate pudding because this was stuck. Replace it every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. It's 5 minutes of cheap insurance. Habit number 7, the MAF sensor secret. If your car feels sluggish, idles rough, or drinks gas, your MAF sensor might be filthy. And no, it's not necessarily broken. It probably just needs cleaning. This sensor tells your engine how much air is coming in. When it's dirty from dust and oil vapors, the reading is off. Your engine runs like crap. I've seen people replace plugs and coils for hundreds when a $7 can of MAF cleaner in 5 minutes would have fixed it. Use CRC MAF cleaner, not brake cleaner, not carb spray. Unplug it, spray it gently, let it air dry, and reinstall. Do this every year or 15,000 miles. Don't touch the tiny wires. Habit 6, the air filter scam. Your engine breathes air. Feeding it through a clogged filter is like trying to jog with a rag in your mouth. A dirty filter chokes airflow, kills MPG, and causes carbon buildup. Those $5 no-name filters don't seal right. They let in dust and sand. Engine killers that grind down your piston rings and cylinder walls. Stick to OEM, Wix, or Fram Ultra. Replace them every 15,000 to 30,000 miles. Here's a pro tip. Hold it up to a light. If you can't see light through it, toss it. Habit number 5, the spark plug trap. Your engine is only as good as the spark that lights it. Using junk plugs from a gas station is asking for misfires, terrible fuel economy, and long-term damage. You cheap out, and you'll get codes, rough idle, and a ticking engine. I swap them with proper NGK or Denso plugs, and boom, it runs like new. Most modern engines need platinum or iridium. Replace them on schedule and always gap them to spec. Spend the extra $20 now or spend $1,500 later on catalytic converters. Habit number 4, stop ignoring the check engine light. That little amber light? Yeah, that's not a suggestion. It's your car saying, "Fix me now, before I break for real." I've seen people drive for months and then boom! A melted cat, scorched pistons, all because they ignored it. Here's the fix. Buy a cheap OBD2 scanner. They're $25. Plug it in, look up the code, and fix it early. Most parts stores will scan it for free. This is the easiest money you'll ever save. Habit 3, the timing belt bomb. Listen to me. When this snaps, it doesn't give a warning. It just goes pop. And in 1 second, your engine goes from running fine to scrap metal. If you have an interference engine, and many cars do, the valves and pistons smash into each other. That's $3,000 to $5,000 in damage, minimum. Replace it every 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Check your manual. And while you're in there, replace the water pump and tensioners. You've already paid for the labor. Don't be cheap now. Change it before it breaks. Habit number 2, the short trip killer. I'm talking about those 1 to 3 mile errands where the engine never fully warms up. When you do this, the oil never gets hot enough to burn off moisture and fuel vapors. Condensation builds up, mixes with the oil, and creates a corrosive sludge that coats your internals. I tore down an 80,000-mile Toyota that looked worse than a 300,000-mile engine inside. The fix? Take your car on a 20-minute highway drive once a week. Get it hot. Let the oil do its job. Driving less doesn't mean less wear. A half-warmed engine wears faster. Habit number 1, the overload effect. Your car is not a dump truck. Every vehicle has a gross vehicle weight rating, a max weight it can safely carry. Go over that and you stress everything: the engine, transmission, brakes, cooling system. I had a guy put 10 bags of cement in a Corolla. A week later, blown head gasket, cracked radiator, slipping transmission. Check your door sticker for the max payload. Respect those numbers, or get ready to replace the parts you wore out too soon. Bonus tip number 1, the coolant con. And here's a little bonus for you since you stayed this long. Coolant is not a lifetime fluid, no matter what the manual says. 100,000 miles is a sucker's bet. The brutal truth? Even long-life coolant breaks down after 5 years. It turns acidic and eats your engine from the inside out. Rotted water pumps, chewed-up seals, blown head gaskets. Flush your coolant every 5 years or 50,000 miles. And swap the thermostat while you're at it. Coolant is cheap. Engines are not. And here's another one, a bonus tip number 2, throttle body cleaning. Sticky throttle, rough idle, sluggish acceleration, that's carbon gunk blocking the throttle plate. The engine can't breathe. Clean it every 50,000 miles. It takes minutes, costs pennies, and saves you hundreds in fuel and repairs. There you have it. The 13 habits plus 2 bonus secrets that took this truck past 720,000 miles. This isn't complicated stuff. It's about consistency and not ignoring the small stuff before it becomes a catastrophe. But your engine is only half the story. Your transmission is next. And that wraps up today's video. If you'd like to learn more about all things car repair, maintenance, and purchasing, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.